Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all appropriate ages. Something I'm going to do, I said I was going to do something later on once I've laid out my new base, because I'm going to do some reworking on that. But given some of the comments that I've had and seeing other people's streams and how they've received the same comments, I'm going to go over the controllers in VR. Because people have been asking, can you use DualShock, can you use Move controllers, what are the buttons, how difficult is the layout? So I'm just going to pull on that, and I have oxygen. And can I beat the shit out of this one? No, I can pull it though. Apparently you can beat up trees. So let's punch a tree. Wait a minute, what? Alright, I'm punching it. I'm getting carbon. I just punched a tree to death. I'm sorry, Sentinels. I just saved on my mining beam. But also, look at the scale. As a kid, I would try and climb this tree. As someone in his 30s now, I would be in fear of breaking my spine. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the controls. First things first. People are asking, how do you play it in VR? I don't see a VR option when I play it. What you do is, like with most other VR games, because some games that are VR and non-VR compatible together, I just play them in VR anyway. So what I do is I put on the headset first, then I turn it on before I play the game. Another thing that's been recommended for people with issues is to turn off super sampling and boost. Now, I've never had boost on when I went to go and check, but also I have a PS4 Pro and I have a 4K TV, but I have the day one PSVR headset, the Mark 1, not the Mark 2, and I've got that connected to my PSVR, to my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I can't use super sampling, so that's never been an issue for me. So if you have any difficulties, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Also, I figured out what's wrong with my Move controls, because I dusted and polished and re-hoovered the room and wiped down everything properly earlier this morning, and I was still having the glitch out issue with my hands. And they were only one battery bar low. I went and fully charged them up just 5 minutes ago, and as you can see, not a single problem. So I'm going to need some new PSVR control or Move controls, because even when they start getting a low battery, they start freaking out, which is unfortunate. So yeah, that takes care of how to play it in VR. Also, you can play it with DualShock 4 or Move controls in VR. I have seen some people transition during gameplay from DualShock 4 to Move controls, but they lose one of their hands, so they can't really see if they're holding anything or what they're doing with that hand. So, oh, pulled out my mining tool by accident. So, I usually just turn off my DualShock 4 and activate the Move controls, and then start playing the game as well. So that should cover that. It's able to recognize the headset and the Move controls instantly the second you start it up. So that's that covered. Now onto the controls, and we'll start with the left Move control, then the right Move control. So, I mean, if you want, you can always go to options, control options. I've got vibration on, turning mode smooth, movement mode smooth, otherwise it's going to be teleport and snap turning, VR vignette disabled. View controls are here if you want to look at them. For on foot, for quick menu, flight controls, quick menu in the ship, exocraft, the whole works. It's all there. So we'll start with the left Move controller. So if you hold down the Move button, you walk. And whether your hand, move your hand, is the way you go left, forward, backwards, strafe, left and right. If you hold down the right Move button while you're doing that, or you just click on it, you sprint. So that's movement out the way. So it's square, X, triangle, circle. So top left square, bottom left X, top right triangle, bottom right circle. So square is your scan. X is nothing. Circle is nothing. Triangle brings that all up. Kind of like your HUD. So I'm on Ancient Belt, it's 19.4 degrees. Also, one thing that I found out, because I was looking to scan things underground and then use my terrain manipulator, but because when you look things in a different view, you can see you've got natural burial sites, humming eggs, etc. In VR, you touch the side of your visor and you click on it, and now I can see everything. So over there we've got a sentient plant, we've got a knowledge stone, we've got buried tech modules, we've got impulse beams. That's new. Let's go have a look at impulse beams, shall we? Hold left triangle to tag and we're on our merry way. So click that off, put that back, which brings us into the right control. So if I press left on this, it's nothing, just holds, which is how I would pick up things. So you see this oxygen plant, I'm looking at it, hold down the trigger, pull, and you can do that with both hands. So right move control, same thing. X and circle are to turn left and right. Square is your alt fire on your mining tool, so right here it's personal force field, and triangle is your jetpack. So that's the on foot controls explained. Impulse beams. Impulse beams are a new item I've never seen before. Right, mining tool. So it's on terrain manipulator, so obviously I can do that. You want to select mode, simple, you just click on it with the left move button and the left trigger. Personal force field has switched to geology cannon. Switch back to personal force field. Why the hell? Where's my plasma launcher? Oh, I didn't add the plasma launcher back. Well, I don't use the plasma launcher because the grenades bounce. It's not proximity based. So I've got miner beam, terrain manipulator, bolt caster, scatter blaster. Oh, I accidentally shot a geology cannon and got one silica powder. But you reload that way. Problem solved. That's the mining tool explained. You pick it up by either the trigger or the move button. You reach over your shoulder like in Far Point with the aim controller when you want to switch weapons. You'll feel the hand vibrate and you pick it back up. And my bip and manip has never looked more glorious in its entire life. So if I were to switch mining beam, and I got 60 carbon. Yes, my son. And I've landed on Ancient Bout because after I've done this video, I'm going to... Because it's still got natural burial sites, and there's a crashed freighter on here that I may get the salvage from. I'm going to put my base somewhere near water. I want an ocean view for my new base. And this planet has plenty of ocean. What are these? Oh, cave marrow. Oh, sweet. Come on, highlight. Or do I have to punch you? Yep, I have to punch it. I got one marrow bulb. 2 marrow. Yep, I can punch marrows. Can I punch dehydrogen crystals? Yep, I can punch dehydrogen and punch the shit out. And get 41 dehydrogen. I just love the punching. Right. Left hand, this pops up. You've got your build menu. So you've got all that. Click left trigger to go back. I've got my inventory that I can bring up, which looks glorious. So I've got my Starship, the Enya. It's an A class. I've got plenty of gear, I'll tell you that much. And as you can see here, instead of just clicking on multi-tool or clicking on exosuit, I just press X or circle on my right move controller and I can just scroll through them. Plain and simple. I've got impulse beams which sell for 2,400 units. And how many is that? That is 8. Oh, goddamn. And left trigger to get out of it. You've also got your quick menu for your utilities. Click on that with the right trigger. Creature bait. Toggle torch. Let's not. Summon exocraft. Summon freighter. I don't have a freighter yet. So that's how you use those. I'm assuming that the DualShock 4 works the same way in VR as it does in non-VR. I don't know. I've not tried it. So that's that sorted out. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty. So we've gone over the mining tool. We've gone over how you awesomely click this visor. Actually, this is an outpost that I scanned for, so I'm actually going to just quickly go in here. Hey, he walked out. Hello, Attendant AC. Yep, destination reached. Jack Observatory. I'll just save this sector. Yada 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 yada. Pull that. Akyamul Station. You discovered this today. Yep, no shit. So that's controls for walking around, cupboard, mining tool, scanner. Hang on, does that pull that out? Yeah, if you press on the scanner on your head, it pulls out your mining tool automatically. So let's get to the Starship. So you just pull on that, or you hold on this and lift it up, yada yada. Should be pretty obvious by now. Right, so hold with that, and I always keep my right trigger down. So take off with that, and I'm hopefully not going to hit the tree. I'm not hitting the tree. So let's go out into space. Oh, this is amazing. Right, let's put the brakes on this for a second. So, as you see, that's your thrust. If you hold down left move button, that's your boost. Obviously this turns it around. Right trigger, no, I'm holding right trigger. The move button shoots. So let's turn that off. Circle switches your weapon. So now I have rockets. Square X on the right move button is to initiate landing. Square is to tilt, and triangle is to tilt. Now, this one. So let's take it slowly around. Let's have a look around, Wayne. So as I said, you hold the move button on the left analog stick, or left move control. Boost gives you that extra boost. Circle is lock on and change target. Triangle is bring up the HUD. Or if you hold it down, you can scan a planet. Nope. It's to tag. Square on your left move control is to scan. And if you hold down X, that's your pulse drive. Oh, really? Let's get the hell away from here then. I'm not in the mood for a fight just yet. I'm trying to explain the bloody controls. Yeah, well, they can fuck off. They can go away. Because I am now entering the... What's here? Superheated rainstorm approaching. Yeah, I know. Thank you for the reminder. Great, now I can't see shit. God damn you, rainstorm. So yeah, that should be all the controls loosely explained. I'm going to try and land here just so I can end the video and restore my save point. Too high? Alright, let's go down a bit. There we go. See, that looks beautiful outside in VR. That looks amazing. Let's go see what it's... Alright, so what's the weather? 112 degrees. Let's get back inside where it's a bit cooler. Steady 19 degrees. So we've gone over the controls and what both left and right move controls do for both on foot, your mining tool, your scanning, your ship. Haven't done it with the exocraft yet because I still need to put down a new base, which I'm going to do on this planet here. And when I've done that, I will check out the exocraft controls as well. But I am going to spend a bit of time remodeling my base. But yeah, hopefully DualShock 4 still works the same way in VR as it does in non-VR. I hope I've loosely explained how the controls properly work. I've just got to say I'm going to probably need some new move controls because as soon as they start losing battery life is when they start going haywire and start doing all this that crap. But yeah, if you need any more explanation on the controls, you can just go to control options and view controls. It's all there for you. Oh yeah, discoveries. One thing I forgot to do, because if we Engels 5, yep, that's where I was. That's the system I discovered yesterday with 5 planets. And I've renamed them all, so you've got Barren, because there's literally practically nothing on it. Toxic Fung, because it's got toxic cloud weather and fungal mold as its main supply. Choking Bulb. So you've got Star Bulb as main resource, and Choking Humidity. If you want to rename and upload your planets, click on the planet, and then you click on that, and... Nuclear Bones, yep, another natural burial site by nuclear weather. And Parched Furnace, which speaks for itself. The weather is parched, it's a fiery planet. So, that's why I got named that way. And it's got 5 planets, and it's got an engineering economy with low supply, unfortunately. But the first galaxy I discovered in VR, so I had to still explore it all and rename it. So, engineering, low supply, Engels. That's how I name things now, just by its economy and how many planets it has. So, Engels 5. Just makes things a bit easier, like I'm on Affluent Burials at the moment, which has 2 natural burial site planets in a affluent trading economy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the storm's cleared up now. I mean, one thing I didn't get across earlier is just talking about the sheer term of scale. I mean, look at this, these trees. Can I punch a tree? I beat the shit out of a tree. I can punch plants. This is a hell of an easier way to collect carbon. It's a hell of an easier way to collect everything now. It's so interactive. Oh. Alright, this has hopefully been helpful to people that are still asking questions online. If you have any more questions, ask me in the comments. This is... I also need a new... I need PSVR Mark II headset because I've got a Day 1 Mark 1 headset which has broken gyros and it keeps drifting, which is why I'm walking straight as I'm looking at the camera, but it thinks I'm going diagonally left. It's just a drift space, so I have to kind of compensate with hand turning. But yeah, I need a new Mark II headset which actually has the built-in microphones instead of these shitty earbuds that keep falling out my ear. And I may get one tomorrow actually, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope it was helpful, and I will see you all later.